Can count down.
All right. Live now. Here we go. This is our NFL draft show with the Krolos. Will Krolowitz third. Let's give it up to Will from Durham, North Carolina. Ben Krolowitz from Alexandria, Virginia. We have Big Daddy Krolowitz from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And we have Tom and Molly, otherwise known as Tamale, from Grafton, Wisconsin. Let's go. Let's give it up. Like I said, I don't expect this to be that informative. I just want it to be entertaining. And I want to talk about a few subjects before we even get into the draft, because I want to have a discussion with you guys. What do you think? What's going to be done about Baker Mayfield? Where's he going? He's not staying in Cleveland. Do you think they will make a trade before the draft? And where do you think he will go?
Well, the problem is his $18 million salary hit. I mean, that's no teams want to take that on, especially knowing that he's really not that great. So I think
you can
everybody.
You can extend him and bring that down and like put it on the back end, and you don't have to guarantee a lot of money. You could probably have him had for maybe $10 million, and I think Seattle would be a good landing spot for him.
But he's played 2 years with a torn. Maybe we haven't seen him at his best.
I think he had surgery. I think he had surgery.
Now,
well, that's true. So well, you can make that contingent upon passing a physical.
I mean, I think I like him. I think he's a good player. I think he's still got some football in him. My point is, I don't think there's going to be any teams looking to jump at taking him with that salary hit. I mean, they couldn't renegotiate. He's not going to negotiate to a $10 million hit when he's making way more, like double that. I think.
Well, they can cut him.
Well, right. I think teams are going to wait to see what happens because they have all the power, and there's, he's right now just languishing on the Browns roster. So they're not going to get shit for him. Once they realize that, then they might have a chance to get rid of him.
I think he can still be successful. I don't think that was a good opportunity for him.
I totally agree. Yeah. But I mean, at this point, who needs a quarterback like that? So, I mean, Seattle has Drew Lock that they traded with when they from Denver when they traded Russell Wilson there. Not that Drew Lock's any good, but I think Seattle's just kind of shown that they don't really give a fuck who their quarterback is this year. Like, they're just going to do whatever the hell they're going to do. I guess they're in rebuild mode. So, I mean, sure, he could be successful there, but how successful, like at what cost do they want that kind of success with a guy who's basically on the last year of his rookie year? His rookie
contract, yeah.
And he's got an $18 million cap hit. Then sure, the Browns could take on some of that, but I mean, then you're giving up draft capital for a guy that you're not even sure you want to keep more than 1 year.
Who's also
he's got the shoulder
refurbished. Yeah.
Right.
What about Carolina? I think they're in dire need of a quarterback. They're picking sixth.
But, I mean, if they trade for Baker Mayfield, they'd be doing the exact same thing they did last year when they traded for Sam Darnold.
Big mistake.
Right.
Which was a big mistake.
And they're trying to learn from that.
Around. Sorry.
No, I think they're trying to learn from that mistake.
Okay, let me ask you this, though. Do you think there is a quarterback coming out in the draft that's worthy of a 6th pick or even a top 10 pick?
Personally, I no. But, I mean, I'm not a great scouter of quarterbacks, but and these teams all have different things that they want. If you're Matt Rule, I mean, that guy came from college and he had that spread offense type of thing. Maybe he thinks he could do it with somebody like a Malik Willis who can run. I guess it just depends on what he really likes. But I mean, if I were an executive in the front office with Carolina, I mean, everybody knows this is Matt Rule's like last year. If he doesn't do well, he's probably gone before the season's over because it's been such a shit show in Carolina. So, I mean, why would they give him carte blanche to pick whoever exactly he wants if they're going to be saddled with it while Matt Rule's getting shown the door?
Well, I think they're going to give him an opportunity this year, but I mean, like that, I just think Sam Darnold was not the answer, and they're sitting there with Sam Darnold that they're going to pick a quarterback at 6. It's kind of a reach, if you ask me. I think the coach has a connection with somebody. I heard. I'm trying to remember from Temple University. I don't know, but. No, I think it might be the other kid with the small hands. Pickett. Yeah.
He's got Pitt.
Yeah. He's that Pitt, but I think I think they have some kind of connection.
It's Pennsylvania, whatever.
I mean, I just don't think there's any surefire bets this year in the QB class. So there's so many great top 10 level players. You have so many other holes I think you need to address. You need to have a sure thing. If you're sitting at 6 at the Panthers, you can't waste it on a QB who might not be good. And if he is, maybe he's just not going to be good this year. And as you say, Matt Rule's got the clock ticking on him. They're not going to wait around for a QB to develop to give Rule his stay. So if you're Rule, you do not want to pick a QB at 6.
No, I agree. I agree.
Sure bet to improve your team. So.
Which brings me to the thing of people that keep saying maybe the Saints are trying to package those 2 number ones to move up to pick a quarterback. Who's worthy of 3 number 1 draft picks?
Yeah.
That's
Nobody.
Ridiculous. Nobody.
I think they should take a quarterback at number 6. If everybody's just dismissing this entire draft class and you can have the pick of a year of college, go for a quarterback. It's the most important position on the team. Look at the playoffs and the quarterbacks on the teams. Go take the best one, 2021.
They're not the quarterback classes next year. There's going to be a bunch of great quarterbacks. They're just not that good. And there's a lot of good defensive players. There's some great offensive tackles. There's some great a lot of great defensive tackles, defensive ends, edge rushers. I mean, they're talking about the first 4 picks are probably going to be defense. And then maybe the Giants will take a tackle. That'll be probably the first offensive pick. It's a strong draft for wide receiver and defensive linemen. Yeah, you could get a good quarterback in the 2nd or 3rd round, whoever that was that commented. Like Matt Corral sitting out there, I wouldn't mind seeing him in the 2nd round from Ole Miss.
I don't know. I mean, like that kind of talent is like the Kyle Trask territory, where it's like, oh, they look like they could be good, but they're just not going to be good.
Kyle Trask.
You're going to get 3 good guys that could probably play at some point, but I just don't know that that's worthy of a top 10 pick. And again, if your team is awful and you really need a QB, go ahead and grab them there. But your team might not be better at all this year. And taking that quarterback instead of a great player that could impact your team actually makes your team worse. So I just don't know that I like it because you're not guaranteeing that player is really even going to start for your team.
That's true. I agree with that.
I just think the quarterbacks coming out of college are more ready to play, ready to start than they ever have been. So I just think you got to look at quarterbacks that don't need the developing that they used to. You should take a top 10 quarterback. That quarterback should be playing.
There are no quarterbacks that are in the top 10 this year. No. None of them. You're talking about maybe 2 first-round draft picks. A first-round draft pick's got to come in and help your team immediately. If unless you're a Super Bowl champ and you just need depth and you're stacked, a first-round pick should come in and immediately help you.
Yeah, well, typically the first half of the first round.
Sure.
Right. Like up till pick 15 to 20. But beyond that, it's whoever's decent, that you think can be a starter.
Okay, so
Robert's got to think.
We got 2 picks for the Saints in the first round. I'd be very disappointed if they packaged them to move up. Take 2 first-round draft picks, that can help you this year. You got serious holes. You need a left tackle. You need a wide receiver. They got some great wide receivers, and you're going to need a running back because Kamara is going to be probably suspended for 6 games.
Let me ask you this, because I don't know the status of Michael Thomas. He hasn't played in almost 2 seasons. His tweets are cryptic as shit. I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, is he going to be ready to play like week 1?
He better be.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're he should be good to go.
Because if a Jameson Williams, I really like Jameson Williams. I think he's the most explosive receiver. He's a great downfield threat, but he's not going to be ready to go week 1. But if your star receiver is also not ready, then you can't. Jameson Williams falls in your lap. You can't pick him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if Michael Thomas is ready to go now, and I see Chris Olave going to the Saints, so people talk about they really like Treylon Burks. The dude from USC is not going to fall to him.
London.
Drake London. But this is the thing. I said we've been waiting on Michael Thomas to get healthy. Do we want to pick a wide receiver that we're also going to have to wait on to get healthy? And then I saw his stats. I mean, I watched his highlights. Jesus, man. He's probably healthy, the best quarterback. And he's a return guy, too. I wouldn't be mad at them if they took Jameson Williams. I wouldn't at all.
Fast.
Well, didn't you give up your first-round pick next year?
Yep.
Yeah, you maybe you don't want your first-round pick this year to be on the shelf for some time.
Probably the first half, because he tore his ACL during the bowl game.
Well, and rookie wideouts, I mean, typically they take a while to acclimate to the NFL. So, like, especially coming off an injury, not being able to go through training camp, not being able to go through OTAs, honestly, it would feel like it's going to be a redshirt year for that guy.
Okay, so
he'll be running go routes. Once he's on the field, but I mean, not a lot of intricacy in like midfield routes or any of that other stuff because he's not going to have time to practice.
Okay.
What do you think, Tom?
So what do you think, Tom? I thought he was frozen for a minute.
That was a real deer in the headlights look.
What do I think? Here's what I think. I got tarot cards. What do you guys want to know?
All right.
Is Michael Thomas going to play week 1?
Michael Thomas. Okay, Molly, it is the 8 of Cups.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
We got a book.
We got to look it up in the book. We got to look it up. I think
another question.
Go ahead.
Just related to tarot in general. I bet the death card is never as
Molly, read it.
As you
I
think.
have to read it.
There we go. Molly's reading it.
The number 8 symbol of infinity concerns whether an emotional involvement continues or ends.
Whoa.
So does that mean that Mike Thomas is going to be a bitch
seeks a
again?
new path as he journeys towards the mountains.
Yeah, no, I get
New beginning.
Going to Denver.
And the oldest left behind.
Denver.
There you go.
There you go. There's
He's
your
going to
answer.
stop with the cryptic drama.
I
think he'll be good to
clear answer.
I think he'll be good to go.
A new beginning and the oldest left behind.
I still think, regardless of what happens, they will pick a wide receiver with one of those first-round draft picks.
Does that mean sitting on the bench will
so.
be left behind and he's playing?
He'll be, maybe. It could.
I think what it means is tarot cards are bullshit.
And so is that book. Tom said, well, didn't you say that you had a crystal ball that you were going to...
It's actually a globe. We got it for $1 at Goodwill, but it'll pass for a crystal ball.
I like that.
So what's
I
a
got
crystal
D&D
ball
guy
tell
too
you?
if you guys need something.
D&D. Oh, we're going to nerd out.
Got a whole bag.
I like Trevor Penning. I'm going to say this. I think the Saints got that extra draft pick so they could pick ahead of the Chargers and take Trevor Penning.
Yeah.
I think that's their plan. They're in cap hell. They need young, good players that aren't going to cost a lot while they're trying to get through this hole that they're in, money-wise.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Good.
How are your New England Patriots? How are they set for the draft, Tommy?
I believe they have 2. I know they got 21 here, and
2 number 1 draft picks.
maybe just one.
Just
okay,
one?
they draft
Okay.
21.
Okay.
And I don't care if Bill Belichick drafts Elliot Page. I'm going to stand behind him and say he knows more than me. So
You're gonna be standing behind him, hiding from Elliot.
I don't know. Cut them tits off. She could run the corner routes.
He's got killer abs. He's got killer abs. He's got
He can
killer
run the
abs.
corner route.
He can run the corner route. They can run the corner route.
Well, hold on. I will say this: if Elliot Page is playing wide receiver, he's going to be a fucking bust because Belichick can't draft wide receivers. We've seen that.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Tom,
but Belichick likes the short white dude in the slot.
he does.
Wes
Welker,
Julian Edelman, and
Edelman?
Elliot Page.
He'll need to pick him up in free agency or something because it's just not going to work out for him. N'Keal Harry is the latest example.
right? So Ben, let's talk about your Cowboys. What do you want for them?
Wait, you're a Cowboys fan?
I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
No.
Well, I had sort of some priorities in place, but this Kelvin Joseph drama is really not looking good.
What is that? Can you expand on that?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a second yeyear. It's coming into his second year at Q cornerback. He was a second round pick out of Kentucky. Played like 10 games, started 2. He was coming on strong at the end of the year, but he was involved. It looks like he was allegedly involved in a shooting last month.
Oh
He was out
no!
with some friends, and they got into an altercation with another group. And the car he was in just started spraying bullets, and this guy got killed. And they were able to identify him with he had his chain on, and some surveillance footage. So his lawyers are saying he was just a passenger in the car. Either way, man, you're in the car. You know about this homicide for a month. You don't say shit. I mean, you know,
you're gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to try to fill that hole. I don't think he. Who knows how long the wheels of justice will take? He may be before anything comes down. He might be able to play a season.
No,
you don't know what's going to happen.
Probably not with a murder investigation.
I don't know if they're going to want to keep him with that kind of thing. You know, so that's terrible. Look, man. When you
if the Cowboys play in London, he just doesn't get on the plane home.
Yeah,
just stays there.
Well,
no, but I mean,
murder investigation. They're not letting
he
him
can get extradited.
You got the opportunity of a lifetime. You know, I get it. Your friends that you grew up with, but like you gotta keep your nose straight. You know, you got so much to lose, man. I mean, look at the thing with Alvin Kamara too. I never would have expected anything like that.
First of all, I want to go back, and I definitely said allegedly. So we don't know. We got to let the facts come out. Let the situation play out. But so that said, like we still have Anthony Brown and Trayvon Diggs had great seasons respectively, and Jordan Lewis as a nickel. But like I'd love to trade up and get Stingley or Sauce Gardner. I think those guys are 2 studs. They're great players. Sauce, I think, is even better than Stingley.
Stingley's coming off. He's coming off an injury too. Stingley.
Sure, but
Robert, he don't care about character issues.
Oh, is that true, Ben? Jerry doesn't care about character issues?
No,
he does in the NFL, man. You can look at any roster across the NFL. Everyone thinks they're holier than thou. Everyone's got some shit to say about the Raiders or the Cowboys, but you look at every fucking team, they all got their own shit going on. Every single one.
That's true.
The Deshaun Watson thing is case in point. How many teams were tripping all over themselves to give up however many first-round picks, players?
I think it was 5.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. Like it was.
But they signed him for $230 million,
guaranteed.
Guaranteed. I'm sorry, I can't afford you, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
you got to hit the bricks, man. Sorry, man. I got nothing left. My pockets are inside out. It's
Aaron
crazy.
Hernandez killed a bunch of people. I can't say shit about New England's roster.
So he definitely killed one.
Allegedly.
Oh no, he killed 2.
Oh, he definitely killed 2.
Definitely killed 2.
And
the second one was Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
And then shot a whole bunch of people.
Oh well, rest in peace. What are you gonna do?
Everybody's team has family shit.
Oh
So
yeah.
Molly, what about your team? What are you, a Packer fan?
I'm more of a Patriots fan than a Packer fan.
She had to look at Tom. Tom's like, you better say the right thing.
Let me tell you something. That's a good woman there. She back her man up.
Well, I can talk a
I
little
mean,
bit about the Packers.
You can't
Yeah.
argue with Belichick.
Well, yeah, we are in Wisconsin. I think we should talk about the Packers a bit. I think they're looking for a wide
The
receiver.
Packers picked 22.
Yeah.
Burks, I think, could fall right into their lap. Traylon Burks from Arkansas.
I think the Saints really like him, though, Burks.
He's not.
I guarantee you they are not taking a wide receiver in the first round. I'm guaranteeing that.
Why is that?
Well, first Sammy Watkins, but the Packers got Aaron Rodgers 4 more years. They don't have to satisfy him anymore. They can say, hey, who do you think we should take? Cool, hang it on the fridge. We're getting who we want. They're going defenders, and they're not going to get a wide receiver, and it's going to ruffle some feathers.
They traded away their best wide receiver. You got to replace them. They couldn't afford both of them.
It's not just his best. It's like the league's best wide receiver. And it was like 2 years ago, it was like take a wide receiver in the first round instead of this fucking quarterback. But they still had Devontae Adams. And now they don't have him. But they better get somebody's ass. Like Sammy Watkins isn't that guy.
Yeah.
He hasn't been that guy for some years.
No.
He can get you some possession
and
targets.
He'll get a few touchdowns here and there. He's not a number one receiver, that's for sure.
Not taking over the offense. Right?
He's a slot guy at best.
Lynn says, what about the Lions?
Oh,
there's a lot of holes to fill in that roster.
No, I saw they were talking about them picking at 2 Malik Willis. And I was like, no, man, the second pick, you got to go defense, one of those stud defensive linemen.
No, exactly. And one of their executives was the guy behind the Rams defensive line resurgence. And so like he had like 5 picks in like a 6-year span where he just had all pro after all pro. So I think they'll probably go defensive line. They'd love to get Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
I don't think the Jaguars should take Hutchinson. They need to shore up their offensive line, but they probably won't. I think probably Kyle Hamilton's too good to pass up.
The safety, right?
Yeah, they'll go defense.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going. I keep hearing he's not
second. Yeah, that's kind of high for him, I think. Hutchinson, I think, is going first. I do. And the Thibodeau might end up with the Lions.
I just don't see. I see the Jaguars. Doug Peterson, like they want to go offense. They need to protect their franchise.
Trevor Lawrence, right? Absolutely.
Defensive line isn't something they're gonna care about. I think all the experts say Aiden Hutchinson because their experts don't know shit. Like, look at the needs of the team. Like, they get a pass rusher. They get Boye Mafe right in the second round, like right at the top of the second round from Minnesota. There's a lot of good edge rushers right at the top of the second round that they could get. But, like,
I saw him do a interview, the guy from Minnesota. Hey, I liked him, man. He was pretty sharp.
He's explosive, too, man. He got after the quarterback, so – you still have a good player on defense if you wait to the second round.
Okay. So, Will, what do you think about what the Saints should do?
I definitely agree with you. I would be surprised and probably disappointed if they packaged up those number 1 picks to trade up for a wide quarterback because there's nobody in the draft that I really like all that much. And honestly, the future's still a little bit in flux with New Orleans and their coaching staff, right? Pete Carmichael's staying on as offensive coordinator, but he's probably only there as long as Sean Payton is retired. So if he takes a job next year with Dallas or Miami or whoever the hell knows.
Oh, come on. You know it's going to be Dallas.
There.
You know he's Dallas. He's taking a year off. He's going to Dallas. Dallas is going to have to give us at least a number 1, which will recoup. But I have no problem with the Saints trading down if there's a player that someone wants to get some more picks. I'm not necessarily saying that they'll stay where they are and pick. I wish they would trade down a bit.
Right. I'd be happy with that. So, I mean, with their 2 picks in the teens, I would be happy if they got one of the top tackles, like one of the top 4 tackles. It's looking more, at least with all the mocks out there, that that Penning guy will be the one that would be available in that range. But if somebody like Charles Cross or it's a pipe dream, but like Evan Neal or something like that,
Evan
would
Neal
be available.
Be the first one
You
going.
snatch him up. And I've also seen where, since Kyle Hamilton ran such a slow 40, that he might drop. If somebody like him were available, I'd snatch him up in a heartbeat.
You'd have to take him. If he dropped into your lap, you'd have to take him.
Yeah. I mean, that's a guy that
big hole for us. But like also,
a guy that just makes turnovers.
What about a defensive tackle? They're kind of thin at defensive tackle.
I was thinking, right, and I was driving today, and I was reminded of, I think it was 2003, when the Saints also had 2 first-round picks.
Oh, God.
And traded into the top 10
and
picked Jonathan Sullivan
out
of Georgia. And this year, the real big, awesome defensive tackle is Jordan Davis out of Georgia. I don't know if I'd like to see a repeat of that.
Yeah.
Jonathan Sullivan fucking sucks.
Listen, them trading 2 number 1s hasn't been great. The Jonathan Sullivan was a disaster. And Davenport, that's still, the jury's still out. Everyone thought they were going to go up and take Lamar Jackson with the moving into that spot. And then they took this guy. He's shown flashes, but he's been injured a lot.
Yeah, I still like him. I'm still a big fan of his.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes he's like a man among boys. He snatches them. He gets in that backfield quick, but he's injured a lot.
I think it's just the last name you guys love.
Davenport?
Yeah.
Didn't Ditka trade all of your picks one year
and then
Ricky Williams?
And 99.
And then 2 picks the following year. And then put on a freaking wig.
And then they got married.
Yeah, and then they got married on the cover of ESPN. Ricky Williams is wearing a wedding dress. What kind of weird shit was that, man? Like, I can't believe he agreed to it. And then, like, that's why when we're talking about the guy from Pitt, the quarterback, what's his name?
Pickett.
And they keep talking about his small hands. I don't care. I don't want him to go to New Orleans because I got sick of hearing about Ricky Williams and his small hands. It's enough with the hands already. It's just like, come on, man. Oh, they'll fumble a lot. He goes small hands.
He'd like to vote for guys with small hands.
Let me ask you this: if the Saints stayed where they were, because I've heard that Kenny Pickett would drop down to 20th to Pittsburgh. If he's sitting there when the Saints pick come, you think they should take a chance on him at one of their number 1s?
At like their second number 1?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, if they feel strongly about it, sure, and I would get behind it. But I mean, me from the outside looking in, who I'm no fucking scout. I'm not really sold on anybody.
I don't want a quarterback with one of those picks. I don't. Not a number 1. I want a tackle and a wide receiver. That's what I want for the New Orleans.
I mean, you already got Jameis on the roster. Plus, you got the BYU guy. And like, is he ever going to get a shot at it? Like, he would be. I would be pissed. He's making a lot of money.
You mean
Taysom? Yeah.
Oh, he's a tight end now.
He's not. Yeah, he's not going to be playing much quarterback this year.
I forgot what they call it. They call it not an H back. They have like an F back or something. Like, he's going to be moving in motion and things like that. But you got Ian Book from Notre Dame. He didn't really get a good shot. Everybody was hurt with COVID when they played against Miami, and it was a disaster. But I think you got to at least give him a chance to show what he's got, and because that was like the best quarterback in the history of Notre Dame football. Give the man,
Who the fuck said that? Who has said that?
Well, no, they have said that because he has the most wins of any Notre Dame quarterback of all time, which means he was there all 4 years.
It doesn't mean anything.
No, it really doesn't. It really doesn't.
All right, but listen, and then you sign the dude from the red-haired boy. What's his name? For 2 years. Dalton. So you got Dalton as your backup, and that's when that happened. What's his name from? He asked for his release, and they gave it to him. The one they signed late in the season.
Simeon.
Who? Yeah.
Simeon.
No, not Simeon. Simeon ended up going to.
Oh, right. No. Bortles did.
Blake Bortles. Thank you. So somebody's calling me right now, and I can't take this call. All right. There we go. So I don't know, man. I think you got more needs. I don't think a quarterback this year in a weak quarterback draft is the way to go. And I definitely don't want to move up and reach for a quarterback. And because you don't want Carolina, it's probably going to be Pickens and Malik Willis going to Carolina and Atlanta. Maybe Atlanta might not pick a quarterback because they signed that guy for 2 years.
Mariota.
Mariota.
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota.
The thing is, like, they need to move on at quarterback, but they also don't need to, like, put all their chips in the table for some guy they're not vested in. Like, we don't believe in any of the quarterbacks this year. Let's wait till next year. You can have a bad year. They need a wide receiver. Calvin Ridley's going to be out the whole year. He's suspended another season. They have no one catching football.
If he were even going to come back, he would be suspended the entire year.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, like, they have some holes to fill. That team was not very good at all last year. They were bad all up and down the field. So, defense, wide receiver, they got a lot of positions they need to.
They weren't bad the week they beat us in New Orleans.
It's a rivalry game. I mean, like, you play your rivals tough. The Saints should not be trading up to get a quarterback. If one of them happens to fall in their lap and they really love them, why not? But definitely don't burn one on a QB there.
Yeah.
All right. So I heard the Shoemakers want to talk about the Commanders, which is just, I think, a waste of everyone's time.
Who the hell are the Commanders?
That's the formerly known as the team from Washington.
So I think
they
more
have
importantly,
the 11th pick.
The 11th pick, and no one's going to help their team. So I think more importantly, like, is this the moment now where, like, Daniel Snyder might sell the team? I don't think he ever will.
He's never going to sell the damn team.
They're going to have to push him out. But it's like, he's pinching pennies from other team owners now. It's like, fuck, man, if there's anything to push someone out, it's taking money away from rich people. That's going to
right. Well, I mean, if the NFL isn't going to make a move on him now, then that just tells me, after all the shit that has come out about his ownership of the team and all the shit, like, they threw John Gruden under the bus while they were investigating Washington. Gruden, who works for the fucking Raiders.
Well, didn't his brother coach them?
If they don't make a move on him now, then that just tells me that the shit that he knows about everybody else is so bad.
He's got a lot. Yep. Let me ask you this,
the mind.
Tommy. Let me ask you this: what does your tarot card say about the name Commanders? Is this going to fly? Is it going to continue on?
I actually, this is hilarious. I pulled the card that I should have took out. It's actually the Rider Waite. Like,
when you're holding
it's not a tarot card.
We can't see it.
When you hold it up, it's invisible.
Yeah, he can tell.
Yeah, there you go.
What's it say? Commanders.
It's not a card. It shouldn't have been in the deck. What does that mean to you?
It's the
like
rules of tarot.
That's right.
I think there were so many better names to call them.
Commies?
Well, it
Washington,
shows
DC,
how fucking cheap he was, because, like, they had a trademark on that, and there was other names that they didn't have trademarks on. That would have been perfect. Could have had it for $1 million, probably less. But it's like, nah, fuck this. Like, like, I love DC natives, man. Make that the DC natives, because you can still keep your logo, and it's in the the people that live in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Most of them are not native to that area. They're fucking transplants working around. So it's like, when you're from here, you're native to this area, but it's also native to the to North America. I think it would have worked on multiple levels, and you still could have kept
the logo.
The logo. I don't know.
What other names did you hear besides that? Any others?
I can't think of anything on the spot.
Okay.
There were plenty that sounded okay, but it was just like, I don't.
There
was something with R, like Red Wings or something like that. It was like, you could have kept all the colors.
There were Red Tails or Red
Tails. But that's an ode to black pilots. They were probably not going to do this. Snyder wasn't going to pull the trigger on that.
Right.
Oh, I thought it had to do with spanking.
Like Red Tails.
Now, if you would have pitched that,
I thought it was birds.
Always be the Redskins. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
they will always be the Redskins. And I mean, it's not meant offensive, Ben. I mean, like, I've shown you the rant that your daughter, when she was 7, had about the Redskins changing their name.
You made her.
Yeah, I feel like you coached
I
her into
interviewed
it.
her. No, I didn't give her any of that.
The cue cards.
Ben, you can ask her. That is her opinion. She might have gotten it from her nana, but that's her opinion. I didn't coach her on that. That was strictly her.
He's just standing there, yeah.
He was reading
holding
cue
up the
cards.
cue cards, going,
Yep.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was reading.
I
You can
could
see her
care
stuttering.
I could care less about the Redskins. You know that. I don't
I
care.
say this on my own free will. What's free will?
It was so adorable because she was exasperated. She goes, "We think it's a good name. We don't mean to hurt anybody."
We. Who the fuck is we? Yeah,
Yeah.
She's talking we as a Redskin. Her nana's a Redskin fan. Her papa's a Redskin fan. So she's speaking on their behalf. It was great. And I didn't coach her
Cool
at
one
all.
always gets the name Papa.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
So back on topic, I do think the Redskins will probably go defense at 11. I think Ron Rivera is the defensive coach. Their defense hasn't been as good as it should be by now with some of the talent they have. So I think they'll go D with that pick.
You know, I've
Is
seen a
like
lot of
what?
mocks where Hamilton falls to them, and that
But
would
that-
be
That would be a
amazing,
good
right?
spot for him to fall. I hope he falls in our lap. I would jump on Hamilton in a minute. Absolutely.
Although he did, what did he tweet that was really it threw me off. It said something about, oh my God, forget it.
Hamilton
You guys
did?
don't know. Yeah, it was like yesterday. It wasn't even like it was controversial in that it was like a horrible take about this show being the best or this
Was he
artist being
talking
the best.
shit
Like, what
about
the
Aaron
fuck?
Burr?
No, it was just
Yep.
like, what the
He
hell are
was-
you talking about?
He
It
was
bad. I
talking.
gotta find it now.
Goddamn Aaron Burr. You know,
It was-
they could have been the Burrs. The Burrs.
Oh, he says, here's his tweet. Drake is the best artist ever, including MJ, and
Oh.
LeBron is the best basketball player, including MJ. These are the hills I'll never come down. Right.
Yeah, well, listen. I mean, the guy's what? The guy's what,
Yeah.
like 21?
So he's dumb.
What does he know? Yeah, what does he know?
He's got no taste in.
He's got no taste whatsoever. That's hilarious. Well, listen, this is the thing. I am going to be in Las Vegas during the draft. But it's going to be at the Bellagio. This is the first time I'm staying downtown.
Can you bet
It's a-
on the draft?
You can bet on
Probably.
anything.
I believe so, yeah.
It's Vegas.
It's prop bets. You can bet. Yeah.
Well, you want to like
How
do
long the
what
first
you
pick will
think-
take and.
Yeah,
Or
well, I'm not
even-
watching it if I'm not gambling on it. That's
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to, yeah.
I wonder if like DraftKings or something
Look
like
it up.
that.
Can you
If you
bet on
can,
the draft?
What
bet
is
on
it? Is
that.
it Bovada? I think Bovada has
Bovada,
odds for a whole bunch of different shit like that.
That's
yeah.
the one you have to use because they don't care that we're from. Oh, we're from
You
Wisconsin,
can bet on anything.
so we're not supposed to be betting on sports.
Oh, well,
But Bovada
isn't that
lets
what
us.
VPNs is for? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you this, because we're getting close to. Well, we still got 20 minutes, 22, 21 minutes. But Tom, let me ask you, what is your prediction, even before the draft, on wins for your New England Patriots this season coming? Regular season wins.
I don't like that everybody in the division is getting better.
Jesus, that's what they're supposed to do.
Not the Jets, not yet.
Not
yeah.
the Jets, yet.
Not so fast,
They
Jets.
have the tools, but
Cool your
not-
Jets.
So
Oh, yeah. You know what? This is the thing, though. They used to always have the draft in New York. And, you know, Giants fans don't bother me, but the Jets, they're such a-holes. It's like I love seeing them fail because their fans are real dickheads, man. You'll see when you watch the draft, they'll be in Las Vegas.
they'll
I'm
boo
probably
everything.
getting a fight
Yeah,
with
they
one of them.
boo everything. But I mean, they've had plenty of things to boo over the years. So I mean, I can't blame them. You know, like
Yeah.
show like actually fucking do something right, and then maybe they won't boo.
So what's your prediction on a record next year, Tommy?
I'm going 10-6.
10-7. There's 17 games now.
10-7 now. Yeah.
Okay.
Only
What
10
about you, Ben? Well, your team did pretty well last year, regular season. What was their final record?
12? Did they win 12?
yeah, it was 12 and 5.
5? Okay. And what do you predict for this year?
I'm going to have to go 12-5 again. We haven't gotten better. I have to wait and see how the draft goes before
Hold
I
on.
can
Molly's
give them.
Yeah.
12 wins for the Patriots according to the D&D die.
Okay, what about for Ben? Do one
that's
for
fair.
Ben.
That was a natural 12.
No.
It's a 20-sided die. 16 wins.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit!
16-1.
The nerd shit don't lie. It's mathematical and shit.
I
What
think
do
that
you
means
think,
we're
Will?
going to.
As far as
we
the
were
Saints,
10-7. We were 10-8, 10-7 last year, right?
no, it was 9 and 8.
9-8.
Yeah, I'd be happy with 10 or 11 wins. Honestly, I feel like if their defense plays anything like they did last year, we need our safeties to step up because we lost both of our starters. But our defense played so well last year that if they can carry that over, the kind of growing pains that we're going to have with the offense, if we have a healthy Jameis, they should be able to do well enough, especially in a weak ass division like the NFC South looks to be, with the Falcons and the Panthers looking like crap. I can see 10 or 11 wins.
I say 12. I
Go
mean,
big.
Go big. Well, this is the thing. Fuck Tom Brady. I want to see him fail. Excuse my language, but it's enough. I want him to hit that wall.
Everyone wants that. It's not happening, man.
Leave Brady alone.
Well, then Brady has done a deal with the devil.
Sure.
Obviously.
Okay, yes, fine. And then when he dies, he's going to hell, but he will burn there in eternity. But next year, he's
gonna
fucking burning
outlive
you
all
guys.
of
He's
us.
going to have a ring for every finger.
You know what? He might have 2 losses, and you guys might be the 2.
He's been good. He's
your
a class
only
act.
either.
Like, stay retired already. It's enough. No, just like Clubber Lang said, you should have never came back.
No,
and I
he
just
wanted
want to
fuck
see him
over
regret
Ben
it.
Roethlisberger. As soon as Ben Roethlisberger retired, he said, "Oh, no more news for you. I'm going to one-up you one last time, dude. I'm retiring." Never meant to retire. It was just take the news off of Ben.
Okay.
Then, well, maybe he did want to retire, but then Schefter fucking steals his thunder, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to fucking come back. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And then maybe he just wasn't ready to just stay full-time with that hag wife of his. I mean,
to be fair, it's not just the wife; it's the kids as well. I have 3
kids as well.
Yeah.
And then the son who
And the
pushes on the
gremlins.
lips. Like, go ahead, play. Yeah. Well. All right. So all our teams are going to do well.
Yeah.
At the expense of the Jets.
I agree that the Patriots will have a good season. I just do not see the Saints having a great year. New coach, you have a Hall of Fame coach that just left. I mean, Dennis Allen, I really like him, but you guys have a tough sled.
I just find it interesting that you think Mike McCarthy's going to get you 12 wins 2 years in a row.
Right? Come on. That was all smoke and mirrors, man. And God help you if that gets hurt.
And you got no Amari Cooper anymore.
Yeah, no, I
neither do you have Randy Gregory with that amazing contract deal they worked out.
Oh boy, that was quite a switcheroo.
And now you got to deal with Carson Wentz 2 times a year again.
I'm stoked about that. I don't understand why.
Of course you're stoked about that. Who wouldn't be?
Are hyped about it. Yeah, the Cooper thing was stupid. It's $20 million a year. Look at that contract now. He's not even top 10. I mean, it's just fucking insane. We'd let him go. I think he's great, and we have our number 2 coming off ACL injury. It's just really just a dumb move for a fifth
the Raiders quarterback. What's he getting? $40 million a year?
That's not that bad. Yeah, that's like the benchmark.
He was like one of the leaders in pass yards. Like he's been playing well.
I mean, well, look at you.
I just can't. $40 million? I mean, how much? Jesus, 40? 40? Come on, man.
But Deshaun Watson has got 232 guaranteed.
And
he hasn't done. I mean, he hasn't really done shit.
And they don't have Landry now.
Hasn't played in a year, and you got to watch out for his hands. So, like,
hey, allegedly, he wasn't charged with anything. Shockingly, you think some people were paid off? I don't know. I'm
How's
just
that
asking.
shocking? But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tommy, what do you think? Can you keep your hands to yourself?
Not sitting next to Mao. She's got a spell on me.
Did you say Molly or did you say Ma? I wasn't sure.
Mao.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, it's going to be interesting. And look, I don't think I'm going to go down to the Bellagio, but I'll be in Vegas. I'll be like in a sports area watching the draft go down. It'll be cool, man.
Well,
I'm
I think
gonna
I'd
Go
go
down
with
and get some
Bird.
Bellagio right about now.
Prefer to watch the draft on television than be at it, right? Because
Right, yeah.
then you get
Drunken
the
assholes.
highlights.
Wow.
You get
Drunken
the,
assholes yelling Jets. Ugh.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wants that?
I mean, and then as soon as your team makes their pick, like you watched all those highlights, then you go researching. Like you go on the computer and you're logging in and diving in.
Right. Well, I got a nice little Airbnb in Vegas, and it's walking distance from where I'm performing at Notoriety Nightclub. Kathleen got me a gig
Is this a Bill Maher plug?
Monday night. Kathleen got me a gig that Monday night in Henderson, Nevada. She's going to pick me up and bring me down there. I'm going to get paid for that one, and then I'm doing the contest. So Wednesday night is when I'm performing in the contest if you guys want to stream it. And if I advance, it'll be during the first round. So
I'll have to get
Yes.
Parkinson's sister and brother-in-law to go to the show.
who's that?
Aw,
Parkinson's,
thanks, Jeff.
one of the
Thanks,
Parkinson's sisters.
Yeah, that would be great.
You guys are adorable.
It's
I know,
the
they
size
are, huh?
difference.
Like
You know how you like-
Fred and Wilma.
That's like a standard thing. The size difference. Like if you have a giant ostrich egg, it's weird. But if you put like 3 regular eggs next to it, now it's cute.
Well, no. To be fair, the other ones are cute.
The other ones are cute.
The ostrich egg is fucking. It's a
but-
mutant.
Freakish and yeah.
You should see how haggard Molly looks when I get out of the frame, though.
Oh my goodness.
Aw.
When I'm in it, she looks gorgeous.
Oh,
Oh wow! It's so funny she disappeared.
She disappeared.
She can go in and out of dimensions. She just visited hell for a second there.
the succubus.
She needed a new idea how to torture me tonight, so she vanished to hell real quick. Picked one up.
We got anything else to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause we just
talked about
have-
the draft.
11 more minutes.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to talk about, our teams and what we want. I don't give a shit about the rest of those people.
Well, yeah. Well,
Well, we did talk about the Commanders because some people ask.
Yep.
If someone has a question and they want us to discuss it.
All right.
we're
Well,
more
let's
than willing
just
to do that.
discuss who's gonna go first to the Jaguars. Who are they gonna take?
So it was either Hutchinson or what was his name? Trevon Walker is what I
Yep.
keep hearing being
Another
Ron
guy got
Walker.
Equinu, somebody says.
Oh yeah, he's the tackle from East Carolina.
Yeah, I
North
think it's going to
Carolina
be
State.
Icky or Evan Neal. I think they're going to go offensive tackle because that would be this fucking smart.
They
play.
should,
Yeah.
but I think they go in defense.
I just don't think there's going to be enough great tackles at the first, at the start of the second round, like there will be defensive.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And how many times have we seen the Jaguars pick in the top 10 and pick some blue chip defensive line prospects? And sure, some of them have hit, some of them have missed, but like, what the hell has it done for them over the years? Not much. Protect that young quarterback that you got with the long, beautiful hair. Like let him have some time to friggin' throw a pass.
And it is long and beautiful.
It is. No doubt about Trevor Lawrence's hair. He's lovely. But this is the thing. And he loves Jesus. Come on. But let's talk about, like, if they're in the number 1 pick, maybe they could drop down a couple of spots and still get a great tackle. Like,
Yeah, but-
why do they necessarily have to? Are they shopping that pick or are they going to use it? Do you know?
I feel like anybody who ever has the number 1 pick shops it a little bit. And
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on if there's a blue chip prospect like a Myles Garrett that is like a can't miss dude that you know is going to be amazing for like hitting Pro Bowls for 10 years.
Well,
and
except for the
somebody
time
might
he got
want that, right?
suspended.
But this year, I mean, is it Hutchinson? Is Hutchinson that type of guy? I keep hearing about him. If somebody really, really loves it, sure, they'll drop down a couple of spots as long as it's a king's ransom. But if
And they
not,
could still get their tackle, and then they could probably get a number one next year.
Yeah, you got to
Or
hope
maybe
there's a
something
Mike
else.
Ditka in the draft that year.
Oh,
that
stop
wants
it.
your
Oh,
number
stop
one
it.
pick that bad.
You know,
why
Mike,
stop it? It's all true. Mike Ditka, by the time he was coaching the Saints, that guy was a piece of shit, and he sucked at everything.
he got thrown out of a casino in New Orleans. He was drinking and smoking his cigar.
And being an asshole, yeah.
Well,
and
he
being
gave
an
me
asshole. He threw his cigar at the pit boss. They yanked him out of there.
Oh,
Let me tell you something about
He
this.
gave
He's
me
a
his
lazy
autograph.
coach. He sucked.
And he
I hate him.
almost ran over my son
Me.
at the
He gave me an
golf,
autograph.
with the golf cart over
Yeah.
in what was that? University of Wisconsin lacrosse.
Lacrosse,
And
yeah.
the Saints were doing their training camp there, and I took the kids there, and he almost hit him with a golf cart.
Well, Will was a funny-looking kid, so to be fair.
Yeah, he was kind of gangly back then.
Yeah, I was right in that awkward time. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like 14, 15. Totally. I was gangly and weird and
Put yourself in his
scarred
shoes. Look
and
at this
shit,
gangly
yeah.
kid. Like, ooh, who's he gonna do? Was he gonna ask me for his autograph too? Fuck this kid. Get out of my way.
I still wore jorts back then, for fuck's sake.
You did. You rolled him up and shit.
The rolled up
Really
jorts.
bad. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I wore jorts a few years too long myself, and I had to be told.
You still have some, don't you, Tommy?
I got tons of brand new ones.
So here's the thing. You had to be told, but did you listen? Did you listen right away, or did you have to be
I'm
told
saving
multiple
them for
times?
when they come back.
They're coming
They're coming
back.
back.
They're
It's
coming
true.
back.
That's true.
Well,
I have
I
a pair
mean-
somewhere.
Your fanny pack made a comeback.
It's not a fanny pack. I have a purse. Oh,
I'm talking about,
Tom's got a
I love
family.
that you called it a purse.
yeah,
I
it's
thought
a
it was
purse.
a European carry-all.
No, it's a purse, straight up purse.
It's a purse. Did you tell your kids go get my purse?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
he's so
cargo shorts.
I can't rely on them for much, so I don't really say that.
When I had one for work, I call it my little hooker satchel.
Mhm.
hooker satchel. Would you
Yeah,
keep it there? Things
Uh,
to clean up my vagina.
It's like some
Oh,
small
he
tools.
gets them expensive hookers that come with tools and shit.
Screwdriver. and- yeah.
I have wipes to clean my vagina.
You get your wallet, you get some.
Hey,
You get your chapstick, you get your keys, you get weed gummies. Obviously,
Oh well,
a lot of shit.
and it doesn't throw you off, like if you just sounds good. So I know what to get you for your birthday.
No, I already have one. What the fuck is wrong with you?
yeah.
I want a fancier one. I'll get you a designer
No,
one.
why don't you get one? Why don't you give me one with the fucking Beatles on it, like Abbey Road? Like I give a shit about the Beatles. I'm a Stones fan. This motherfucker. I saw this wallet. I thought of
How
you. Here you go.
dare
Like,
you.
fucking Beatles.
How
I have it right now. I've
fucking
never
dare
used
you.
it once. It still smells new. I got it like 10
So
years
Tom
ago.
and Molly, this is what we
Dare
call
you.
an esoteric just reference because I didn't even get it. That's
I have
what
a
we do with them.
Beatles wallet from like
Why
10
the
years
Beatles
ago.
wallet?
It's just like, I thought of you when I saw this wallet. I was like, I fucking don't even.
I
You know
don't
what? They're
remember
good.
saying
They're a
that.
good band, but I'm a
I
Stones
love
fan.
it. Oh, you can be a Stones
you.
fan and a Beatles fan.
No,
and
I
it's
know
not
you can be-
even, they're not even
But-
similar.
I know.
Oh.
My point is, if you're a Stones fan over the Beatles, why am I fucking wearing a Beatles wallet? I'm not a fan enough for their wallet. What am I, a fucking teenager? Come
Well,
on.
he used to
bro.
call you
I
Teddy
was
Lane all the
Now,
time.
now,
I thought of
you
you,
come
especially.
on.
I thought
I
of
was
you.
hoping, you know what? Send it back to me. I would enjoy it. Thank you.
Wouldn't waste the postage.
Ben, be
I
nice
thought-
to your poor old father. He's got a bad back. He's got
He's
And
a
just being nice.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but I have arthritis in my spine. I don't know if you've heard.
I was
And his aorta, apparently.
And my aorta is
Arthritis in
dilated.
my heart.
Look, I'll be nice to him on Monday. It's his birthday on
Okay.
Monday.
I'll be dead soon. It's okay. Don't keep me so worrisome.
Oh, it's his
know,
birthday.
happy early birthday, William.
Thank you. Yeah.
We didn't get him.
I don't really
How old are
like
you going to be,
Don't
Dad?
tell him that.
64.
64.
Oh, bullshit.
Dad.
Come on.
Hey,
How
you
old
know,
you
Back
really
to the
gonna be?
Beatles.
The Beatles wrote a wonderful song. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Love
And-
the Beatles. And did the
yeah.
Stones have a song about 64?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're still writing songs
Yeah,
for
they
the
said, I'll owe you 5. Did you hear? Did you hear the end of that
This
song?
rap
Though how the end
special
of the
has
song
gone
went?
off the rails.
Yes, it has.
How dare you?
No.
How dare you
At the end of
besmirch the Beatles? How
I didn't
dare
besmirch
you?
them. I never besmirched them. In fact, I said I was still a fan. But
I really hope
You
this
don't
goes
want that
viral.
why
wallet.
would you
You
think
don't
of
want that
me?
wallet. I got that in Las Vegas. I went to the Beatles show. They have the Beatles show, and they have the gift
Yeah,
shop.
right.
And I'm right there, and I said, I'm going to get
No, it's not.
from the Beatles. And 10 years later, you sit there and talk. Fuck you, man.
Yeah,
No.
10 years I waited. 10 years I
He
waited
got
to
it
tell you how
out
I
of the
felt about
lost
it.
and found and thought it would be a good gift for
You've
you.
been sitting on that for 10 years. All right,
Did it
buddy.
I
have
have it.
Velcro
I have
on
it. I
it?
didn't throw it out. I have it untouched.
Did it have
Still
Velcro?
do.
When I see you, I will take it back and I'll get you something that you like, whatever stupid shit you want.
Get him a
It's all
Ninja
good.
Turtles wallet.
Get him a Drake wallet because he's better than MJ.
He is better. I think I will get him a Drake.
As long as it's Velcro, I'm into it.
Okay.
All the
right.
best. All the best folks use Velcro.
Ben Stein sells a Velcro. His mom buys him one now as a gag.
Jeez.
Every year she
Are
buys
you
him a
going
new Wisconsin Badgers Velcro wallet.
That's wonderful. I think that's very sweet. You know, it doesn't get old. It doesn't get ragged. And you know what? It's Ben Stein's money. So it's
Yeah.
got to hold.
Also, he went to school there and he loves the Badgers.
Uh-huh.
What a good mom. What a good emo she is.
She's a very good emo.
It's
And I'm
that,
just saying,
that mother's intuition to figure that out.
I'm a bad dad. Is that what you're trying
I
to
didn't
say?
say that, dude. I did not say that. I said
Well,
emo.
because I bought you
Stein's
a
a good-
Beatles wallet, among many other things that I've given to you.
Oh.
How dare you?
Beatles wallet.
This really went off the rails, didn't it?
I thought it was supposed to.
Yeah, it's all
Hey, did
good.
your dad give you? Was there money in the wallet? Because you're not supposed to give someone a wallet without money in it. It's bad luck.
Yeah, I'm
No,
just
I don't
hearing
know about
this. I'm just.
Is it his luck or my luck? Because I've been good. I think I've been good. I've lucked out since then.
I think it's his luck. You're not. You
Oh,
always
shit.
got to throw
That's-
something in there when you give
that makes
somebody else.
sense.
Well, that's why I've been so fucking unlucky. What are you gonna do? It's all good.
Well, when you get the wallet back, you can give it to me with some money in it,
Tom, you
and then
don't
you'll
even
be
like.
on the straight and narrow.
You don't even
I
like
have
the
a Beatles
Beatles.
I don't either, you motherfucker!
You just said you did.
I know, but it was funny.
Liar.
It was funny.
You're a
Isn't
liar.
it the Beatles Museum?
Yeah, Molly walked on Abbey Road.
I did.
Well, you know what? At least my favorite son loves the Beatles. Right, Will?
The Beatles are good, but that was a perfect time to say I didn't.
No, it's fine.
called a joke, and the timing was
I
weird.
got it. It
was
was
great.
very good timing. It was good. Yeah, it's all good.
Did you know?
All right, do
Do you
y'all
need
want
a
to?
saving throw? You got it. 15.
What are you doing? What's he doing?
He's reloading. He's done. He had enough of you.
Is that it? I think it's been an hour, and that's what we said we would do. And really, we just kind of goofed around for an hour. We talked about football a little bit. It was
fun.
it was great seeing you guys again.
Yeah.
And
Likewise.
and I'll see Tom and Molly tomorrow.
All right.
No.
So who you guys have on the show tomorrow?
We have John McClellan, who's a comic out of New York, who I met in the World Series of Comedy. And I'm also bringing Maria Acosta, who's a local gal who's starting to do shows around here. She's putting things together, and she wanted to be on the show. So it should be fun.
It
So
won't be a
Maria's going
sausage
to be in
fest.
studio with y'all?
She's going to be in studio.
And
I'm
then
bringing her down with me.
McClellan will be on
Yeah,
Zoom.
he'll be on Zoom.
I got a new stack of sexual harassment forms, so we're all set
McClellan-
for a female being in the
McClellan,
studio.
a real alpha male. I'll tell you
Right. Okay.
So-
Yeah, whenever you say that, I just have to roll my eyes.
Oh, now Facebook's going to take us down.
that. I know.
Copyright.
Hey,
We'll go.
Mike Dillon, can you look at that? Say hey to Mike. Mike, how the kids, man? How many kids he's got? 2, 3?
Too. I don't think he was actually listening. He just likes to tweet shit in, comment in at the very
Well,
last
let me-
minute to
did
make
you
it seem
know
like
that-
he was listening the whole time.
Did you know
Oh, that's
Gemma's
a good
having
move.
another baby?
It is a good move.
Did you know that Jen was having another baby? Ben?
Me? No.
Me
Nope.
neither. It's a shame we kind of lost track of her like that. The third one, 10-pound baby.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's one
Ouch!
hell of a vagina.
Oh my goodness! Don't talk
Yeah.
about Jen's vagina. She's like family to us. That's the
Hey,
woman.
it was a
holy.
compliment.
I know. Well,
So
she
Mike
won't
Ellis,
ever
of course
watch
you
it.
would,
But,
buddy.
Good on you, Mike. Good on you.
but you know what? What did he say? He said, "Fuck you."
Fuck you, Ben. Beatles t-shirt for you on the way.
Damn right. Damn right, Mike. Damn right. All right, man. Well, look, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us. This was fun. Hey, and maybe we'll talk about like post-draft. We might have a little something. Just get together for another hour and just talk about that shit and, resolve this Beatles shit that we have to get resolved.
I don't know, man. The Beatles are pretty good at burying hatchets.
Come on, there's only one of them left. Ringo doesn't really count. There's somebody asked me, "Who's your favorite Beatle?" It's really tough. It's like not Ringo, not Ringo. That's all I can say. Everybody else is great. Ringo, he's gonna be the last Beatle too. I hate to say it, but the one that nobody cares about. Just like you with Molly, the one nobody loves.
Aw.
Which
It's
one?
going to be the
I'm
last
talking
ring to
about-
go.
No, I'm talking about that dog, Molly. I'm not talking about you, Molly.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh God, Jesus.
That's
That's
what
very
I'm saying.
confusing.
We stuck with the one nobody really likes.
Robert wants to know when the next one is. After the draft, Robert, we'll get follow the Off the Rails page. We'll get another promo up.
Yeah, when we can work our schedules together again, probably sometime in May, maybe another Friday evening. We'll do an hour.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
I appreciate you guys having us. It's
Hey,
great
Ben,
being here.
are
Let's
you
do
letting
this.
your shit grow out big?
Yeah, until I get tired of it or my wife does.
It
Or
looks
is it
nice.
for a Halloween costume and you got to do the whole year?
No,
Yeah.
I mean, the beard is easy to cut out, but I really want to do a horseshoe. I want to shave out like a horseshoe baldness.
Oh no, don't do
One
that.
Halloween.
It might not grow back.
Yeah. It'll grow back. I don't. Well, then if it doesn't, fuck it. It was worth it.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
It'll grow back.
It wasn't worth it. Come on, man.
My hairline hasn't moved in years. It's fine.
Mine too.
Absolutely.
People are like, you're like you going bald. Like, no, we Krolos. We got big foreheads, man.
That's
I'm 5
true.
years old. I had this fucking hairline.
Yeah, we've
That's
had
the way it is.
5 head forever.
We got high foreheads and huge penises. That's our curse.
All right. Well, on that note,
On that note, yep. All right. see you.
Truly off the rails.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Have a good night, y'all.